Okay, today we're going to talk about how to make a weedless flying fish rig. And I've already, for instructional purposes, inserted a line into this 7-inch Delta Yummee flying fish, Delta Wing Yummee. As you can see, it has a line hook slot out the back and also the belly. You have an option of bringing the hook out the back or the belly, either one, or through the tail. But for instructional purposes, I'm going to go ahead and just show you how to make this one. We're going to put on our crimp. We're going to go over here and get our 9/0 hook. We're going to slide it down. As always, make sure there's a slight bit of mono sticking out the tag end. We're going to go ahead and insert it properly in the crimpers. We're going to go ahead and crimp down on it. We're going to go ahead and pull that up into the fish. So it's riding like such. Now we can fish the lure just like that. It's going to skim across the top of the water to pull across a lot of the weeds you're going to come in contact with, especially if you have it to where it's adjusted to where it's running properly on the surface. We can also add a second hook in the back. We have several options here. We can use this fang hook and we can rig it so that it'll ride up. Once again, it's going to catch short striking fish. I have an option of either running the line to come out the tail through the line bore or letting it swing across the top. Some people like it one way or another. You could also attach a treble hook back here, but if there's a lot of weed in the area, you're going to want a fang hook and have it so it's riding up. So let's examine this rig a little bit further. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this. We're going to make our loop just like you always would. We're going to insert it onto the hook itself, come down to where it's right there. We're going to slide it. Sorry, it slipped. We're going to pull it tight. Once again, we're going to make sure it has a tag end sticking out slightly. We're going to go ahead. It's hard to do this on camera. We're going to pull it tight. We're going to crimp it good. We're going to take this leader. Once again, we're going to slide it into this line bore till it comes out the tail. As you can see, the line's coming out the tail. We're going to go ahead and slide this part of the leader down. Now we've got a loose piece back here. I always like to leave them a little bit long and cut them off. So I'm going to cut it off about here. I'm going to, once again, insert another crimp. I'm going to do this so that the hook is facing upwards. I'm going to pull it back around, insert it into the crimp, as such. As you can see, you got it good and crimped. On this one we tend to pull it a little bit tighter so it'll hold it more in an upright position. We're going to go ahead and crimp it. Got it good crimped. And if we've done this properly, as you can see, just as it's sitting on this board on the dock, both of your hooks are riding upright out of the water. This is going to skim across weeds. This should also be skimming along the top. If there's a short striking dolphin or tuna comes in there, a lot of times you'll catch them on that fang hook, or you'll get them and then it'll roll around and also hook them on the J hook. You could also, as I said before, have not run the line through the tail. You could have just left it loose. A lot of people like that stinger hook to be able to have more freedom of movement behind the bait. Either way, it's very effective. It's what we call a weedless flying fish rig. As you can see from the bottom, there's nothing on the bottom to snag weeds much. Now, I'm not saying it'll never snag a weed, but this will probably be one of your most effective weedless baits. Once you get this thing trolling, you're going to see how effective it is. It'll work on the kite. When you pull them off of a kite about 7.5 knots, you can fish them slow from a kite or off of a helium balloon. What that does is that gets that leader up out of the water, and the way to complete the rig is simply to go ahead and insert the crimp, make yourself another loop. Once again, make sure there's a tag end sticking out. Then you take your crimpers, crimp it properly, and attach that to your snap swivel, and you're ready to fish. This will catch anything that swims in the ocean. Like I said, it's one of the best tuna and dolphin lures ever, especially when there's weeds around. Very effective rig. It's called the Weedless Flying Fish rig, and we're using it on the lure is the 7-inch Delta Wing Flying Fish, and you can buy these and make them yourself, or you can buy them rigged like this, or you can buy the kit and make your own.